Greetings everyone, it is I, Head, and I hope that you had a beautiful day. So today's topic is shea butter. Shea butter, why? Well, it's important and I would like to share with you. If you have been paying attention when you go to the stores, you see a lot of products that claim to have shea butter under their ingredient list or market their product shea butter on their label. Well, a lot of those products, not all, but a lot of them, most of them that market shea butter in their ingredients actually don't really contain that much shea butter, or they use something else that is not shea butter, like African butter that is yellow. So if you ever bought this African butter and they call it shea butter, so it's a jar that you buy and it looks yellow and it says that it's raw shea butter. It is actually African butter. It is not from the same tree. It is not the same thing. It is not shea butter. If it's yellow, bright yellow, it is not shea butter. I don't mean to yell at you, but it's not shea butter. It's not shea butter. Why they do this to my life? Shea butter is actually ivory color. So it has like a little ivory type of color, little grayish ivory type of color. It's not bright yellow. So real, raw, organic shea butter, the real shea butter, the real deal, the real shea butter is actually ivory, grayish type of color. It does vary because it's a natural butter due to the temperature and the climate and the time that was picked. It may vary, but it usually maintains that ivory grayish type of look. And if it turns yellow, it is never a bright yellow. It's more like a, let me show it to you. Okay, so here we have organic raw gray shea butter. This is organic raw gray shea butter. And if you notice here, it is ivory color. I don't know if the camera can you see it? Okay, it is a ivory grayish color. It has like a little tint maybe of yellow, but it's not super yellow. It is clearly ivory grayish shea butter. And make sure it's not super white either, that it's not white, that it's ivory color, because then if it's white, that means it's been altered, that it's been bleached, then it's been refined, and you never want to use the refined shea butter. You want to use raw, organic, gray shea butter. So the shea butter come in different colors. Like I said, real shea butter, real raw shea butter is actually gray color, gray ivory color. Okay, I hope you can see it with the camera. Okay, it is not yellow and it is not white either. Okay, so what's the big deal? Well, with this is that I want you to know that if you have something yellow that they sold to you claiming that it's organic shea butter or just raw shea butter, they usually say raw shea butter and it's yellow, sometime in a plastic container or in any shape or form. If it's yellow and it says shea butter, it is not shea butter. It is likely that you're still there. My phone just closed. It is likely that it is African butter instead of shea butter. Shea butter is absolutely from Africa, comes from the shea nut, but African butter is completely something else. They may have similar properties, they do, but it's nevertheless African butter is a whole different tree and it's not shea butter. So if you're looking for African butter, cool, go with a yellow African butter. But I just don't like that people are not being honest and are marketing this African butter and passing it for shea butter because of shea butter's popularities, and because shea butter has so many goodies and so many nutrients and so many uses and good qualities. So they put shea butter on a lot of things. So when you go to the store, you will see a lot of things that market shea butter. They probably barely have shea butter. They probably have a little bit of shea butter. It may be African butter. There may be no shea butter at all. Or they may be using shea butter that was made in a lab, or maybe they're using shea butter that is not pure, is not clean, and may contain heavy metals. This is another thing. All shea butters are not the same. So just because I grew up in Harlem in 125th Street. So for those of you that are familiar with New York City and have been to Harlem, you see a lot of vendors out in the street. That's the reason why I'm pointing that out, because when you go to 125th Street, there's usually a lot of vendors. And what the vendors are selling, a lot of the vendors, they're selling many different things, but a lot of vendors, you could always find a vendor on 125th Street. I don't know how it is from the time that you watch the videos, but when I grew up and still to today, the time that I'm making the videos, you have vendors that have shea butter. They have the real shea butter, the gray shea butter, like the one that I show you. I don't know if they tested the shea butter, if they could provide a report to you that says that the shea butter does not have any heavy metals. Then you have to ask them. I doubt that they'll be able to provide that to you, but you could ask and find out for yourself instead of taking somebody else's word for it. A lot of them are selling that yellow African butter and calling it shea butter. They simply just stick a label on it and call it African butter, which is an insult to those beautiful ladies in Africa that work so hard. A lot of them do this by hand to process the shea butter for us. So just because they call it shea butter, it may not be shea butter. It could be African butter. It could be something else. And if it is actual shea butter, you gotta ask yourself, is this shea butter pure? Is it clean? Does it have heavy metal? Has it been tested for heavy metals? That's very important, because not all shea butters are equal. So assume that you actually picked up some shea butter and you're sure this is shea butter. Make sure that it's clean, that it's organic, with no pesticides, fungicides, and herbicides, right? Because just because it's coming from Africa, you don't know who's processing the shea butter there in Africa. What happens when they get the shea butter from Africa to the other country, to the store, and to you? Or is it going to a lab? Where is it going? So you have to make sure that you're getting it from a source that is telling you that is actually tested shea butter to reassure you this is shea butter, and it doesn't have any toxic chemicals. It doesn't have any heavy metals, and it actually have the nutrients and the properties that claims that shea, not claim, but that shea butter actually provides. Okay, so that's why I'm telling you this. Okay, so let me read to you some of the properties of shea butter. A lot of you may be familiar with some of the properties of shea butter. You just got to make sure that you're getting the real deal, that you're getting real shea butter instead of something else, and then you're getting something that is pure and that does not have heavy metals and that is natural. So here we have our Healing Blue Lotus organic raw shea butter that is pure and natural, and they provide us with a lab test that show us that it has been tested negative for heavy metals. So it's pure and it's clean, the way nature intended for it to be. So some of the properties and benefits of shea butter, let's see, organic shea butter. The benefits of Healing Blue Lotus shea butter. Okay, the benefits is for, let's see, dry skin. You could use it for dry skin, to relieve dry scalp. It heals blemishes, and it keeps wrinkles at bay. Excellent skin moisturizer. So it's good to moisturize your skin. reduces itchiness caused by excessive dryness to the skin, smooths minor burns and rough feet, evens out skin tones, offers sun and wind protection. So it does offer some sun and wind protection. That does not mean that it could be used as a sunblock. Absolutely not. Things are not the way they used to be back in the days. Shea butter is not to be used as a substitute for sunblock. Restores elasticity to the skin, restores loss of hair luxure, eliminates scalp irritation due to chemical processing. It helps to fade scars, eczema, skin discoloration, chapped lips, stretch marks, wrinkles, and lessens the irritation of skin irritations. So shea butter actually, in the raw organic grade A shea butter, actually has a lot of healing properties. So it could even be used to cook. I personally don't use it to cook, but I have tasted the shea butter. To me, it tastes somewhat a little bit like clay. That is just my taste. Everybody tastes buds. I said buds. Everybody's different. So my taste is different from yours, maybe, or maybe the same. It may vary. So I know that to be true, and because I have given the exact same thing to several people, and people would tell me, oh, this is sour, oh, this is salty, oh, this, and I'm like, what are you talking about? This stuff is sweet and it's delicious. So, or the other way around, the exact same thing at the same time given to a group of people, they respond differently. So anyway, back to shea butter. So it contains vitamin A, it contains vitamin E, it contains vitamin F, it prevents facial lines. Vitamin F, as in fun, works as a rejuvenator and smooth and heal rough lips and skin. And it does not clog your pores. So ladies, shea butter, organic raw grade A shea butter, the real deal, without the bad chemicals, actually, or heavy metals, free of heavy metals, the way nature intended, has a lot of healing properties. Vitamin A, vitamin E, vitamin F, and it provides a lot of goodies for the skin. You could use it from head to toes. So a lot of people say a lot of good things about using it for your hair. I read over the years that some people are reconsidering using it for their hair because they claim it could clog their pores. I have not researched that. So if you know the information, please do share. Let me know. Does shea butter clog your pores? Because I have been using shea butter forever now, and it never noticeably clogged my pores. I never noticed that it clogged my pores in my scalp. We're talking about scalp, on your hair, not on your skin. Because I know for sure that shea butter on my skin doesn't clog my pores. I'm wearing it right now. That's all I wear. All I wear is Healing Blue Lotus, Healing Blue Lotus, organic shea butter. That's all I wear on my skin. Nothing else, only the best. So it's up to you. You don't have to get our shea butter, but if you are considerate, just know that we do test to make sure that we do ask rather for a report to make sure that it doesn't have any heavy metals and that indeed it is natural and the way it is supposed to be. Okay, and I use it for myself, and my family use it. We use it every day, and we love it because I don't know, I love it. My skin loves it. So that's all I wear. I wear shea butter and eyeliner, And sometimes I can't believe now I have to wear sunscreen. And for those of you, I had some people making fun of me and be like, hey, of course you gotta wear sunscreen, you pale. It's not even that. Even now, people that are melanated on their skin, and even if you're melanated on your skin, you still have to wear natural suntan because the ozone layer, the sun, I don't care what some people say that it's like, okay, it's not really true, everything, the ozone layer is getting better. Well, your skin would tell you. Well, let me tell you the story about what happened to me briefly in May. It is August now of this year. In fact, I'm going to show you. You see this right here? I got a tan, obviously. So I got a tan in May of this year, and it's currently August, in 70-degree weather. I was outside all day, and I burned like a lobster. Mind you, yes, I am light-skinned. I was born in a place that is high all year round, and never in my entire life have I burned like a lobster. It was puffy, it was red. Some part of my nose were blistering. My nose was blistering, peeling. It was painful. It was not a pleasant situation. And it was peeling. That's another thing that I did not experience before. The redness, the puffiness, the peeling. Before, when I got a suntan, I got a little bit red. It did not hurt. Once in a blue, it may peel just a little bit. You can barely see it. And then I would get brown. But this time, it was painful. The nose was blistering. And everything was just hurting for like 3 days. It was awful. So that your body would tell you for yourself, you could experience it for yourself, that the sun is not the way that it used to be. It's not the sun's fault. We love the sun. We cannot be here without the sun. It is certain human beings, not you guys, certain human beings that are purposely, intentionally altering things because they think that they're more powerful than nature. And they want to control nature instead of harmonizing with nature. They want to control nature, and they're doing things to destroy. They are destroying the very earth that they and everybody else, including you and I, are currently occupy. So yeah, this is it. So obviously, I retain the tan. I do retain the tan, but that peeling and puffiness and literally my face and my arms and looking like a lobster never happened to me before. So because of that, I wear sunscreen. And let me tell you, not all sunscreen are created equal. So let me move this so I don't have to look sideways. Okay, so that's another video. I will show you the sunscreen, because there's some sunscreens that are actually hurting the reef and are actually bad for the reef and actually bad for humans, and it could be potentially causing cancer. So before you run out just to get any kind of what you call it, sun protector, sunscreen, don't just get any sunscreen because you see it at the store and you're buying it online. You got to do your research and make sure, let me give you a heads up, get something natural. Get something with zinc oxide. Okay? Don't get any other ones that have all that yucky bad chemicals. Make sure it says reef safe. That means if you get in the water, you're not going to hurt the habitat in the water, because you can't just think about yourself. And that means it's also safe for you. It's safe for the reef and it's safe for you. And make sure it's made with zinc oxide. And before you buy anything, always try it on a small portion of your skin to make sure that it agrees with you. And do your own research too, because I spent numerous hours and days looking to find what would be the best one. Okay, so zinc oxide is the best. It's not perfect because it got It gets a little bit crummy on your skin, but you can't really see it. But when you touch your face, you could feel it. You're like, oh, I'm used to the soft shea butter. And then you feel all those crumbs and stuff on your face. But like I said, it's not noticeable to people. I'll do a review on that another day. I completely got off topics, but that's because I want to give you guys the information. I don't want you to run out and buy sunscreen and buy those sunscreen that got those toxic chemicals that could lead you to cancer, infertility, and a whole bunch of issues, and hurt the reef. I don't want you to do that. If you're gonna go ahead, before I make the videos, look it up for yourself. Okay, don't buy those harmful sunscreen. Buy something that has zinc oxide and it says reef safe. Okay, show the fish some love. Okay, back to shea butter, to our shea butter. Let me show you. I'm gonna put it on. I got it on my skin, but you can't see it. So I'm gonna try to put it on my hand so that you can see the before and after. Ready? Left hand and right hand. So my right hand does not have shea butter because it's been washed off, but my left hand is going to have shea butter. So let me put this phone down. Okay, so let's put on some Healing Blue Lotus shea butter. Woo! Okay, so this is what it looked like. Dun, 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 dun. This is what it looks like. This is my hand before. This is my hand before the shea butter. Okay, these are both hands. Anyway, this is the hand now before the shea butter. Can you see it? Can you see it? Fix my bracelet. And this is the shea butter. I think I put too much. Shea butter. And it's not crummy. It's just that I put too much. Too much shea butter. Let's rub in the shea butter. And this is the shea butter. I don't know if you can see it. It's shiny compared to the other hand. Can you see it? Can you see it? Left hand with shea love. Shea love. Shea butter love. All the nutrients and the goodness. And this is the other hand that doesn't have shea butter. Can you see the difference? Okay. Shea butter. No shea butter. Shea butter. See it? Okay, I think you get the point. Okay, now let's put some shea butter. Don't want to waste a bit of it on both. Put some on my elbows, you know. And my hand can't waste it. It's like gold. It's like gold. So let's not be wasteful. Ah, here we go. And in case you're wondering of the smell of the shea butter, it's a very nutty, literally like a nut. It's a very nutty. It's a very nutty smell, to put it this way. So it's very natural, very nutty type of smell. There's some people find it strong, some people find it pleasant and therapeutical, and some people are completely turned off by it because they are used to just finding shea butter or things they're claiming to be shea butter that have been refined, altered, and processed, that is not truly genuine organic grade A shea butter. Like I said, it could be something else like African butter or something made in a lab or something that is poor quality, diluted and things of that nature. So they may not like it because they're not used to the actual good shea butter. Okay, so if that's the case, if you love the smell, like the aroma that it has, use it just straight out the jar, because using it straight out the jar That's where you're getting all the nutrients and all the properties. If you do decide to blend it with something else, I would suggest that you don't heat it up too much. I would suggest probably to use a very low heat and a double boiler, scoop it out and use a double boiler method to slowly melt it. Don't melt it all the way, and turn off the stove, remove it from the stove, put it somewhere like ceramic or glass. Just make sure your glass don't break. You know what you're doing. And then you can add almond oil, avocado oil, mango oil, aloe vera oil, lavender, chamomile, whatever you want to add to it that is going to enhance the smell and even add more nutrients if you so choose to. But you don't really need to. You could just use it straight out the jar, like I said. But if you don't really like the smell, you could simplify it. Just add some lavender to it, add some chamomile to it, and that's going to help if you like. But there is really no need to do that at all, because I just use it straight out the jar. Straight out the jar, as you can see. Okay? Alright. So that has been my very long video on Healing Blue Lotus Shea Butter. In case you are interested in the Healing Blue Lotus Shea Butter, I will put a link to our website, and you could also contact me directly by emailing me if you have any questions, or if you'd like to place an order outside of our website. You could do it on our website, but if you want to do a special order, you could also send me an email, because I make things by hands, and some people may say, hey, I want some shea butter, can you make me some soaps too? And I want them to be lavender or rose, and I want them to be heart shape or oval, or what do you got? I want 12 soaps and things of that nature. So anyway, any questions? If you're confused, don't be confused. Don't be confused. This is shea butter. Okay. Alright. Alright. I'm just silly. I'm just trying to make you smile. That's all. So if you see that I'm being silly, I'm not trying to be fake and phony. I'm just trying to make you smile. I'm just trying to do a little simple stuff, because if most people notice, like they know me, like now, they always say, you're so serious. Some people even call me militant or dictators. I'm like, ugh. Okay. No, that's not really me. I am actually very playful. I'm like a cat. I'm very playful. When I am happy, I am like just pure sunshine. Whatever it takes to make you happy, to make you smile. If you have good heart and good intent, I would go above and beyond just to put a smile on your face, because I know how this world is. It is whatever we want it to be. Okay? So, having said that, that's just how I am. Alright? I want to bring sunshine into your life. Alright? And you guys can leave me a message. Feel free to contact me. I don't want it just to be me just putting content. I want it to be a community where we actually talk to each other and network. Okay, somebody is good at this, or somebody makes this, or somebody can do this and can do that. And then we could all just like kind of network together to enrich and enhance each other's lives. That would be great. All right. All right. This has to be the longest shea butter video ever. Probably not. I'm sure there's tons of super long shea butter video. All right. I'm a chatterbox. All right, you guys. So have a super happy day now. Now that you learn about shea butters, I actually have a lot more information, because I did a lot of research, and I have a binder with information about shea butter. So it's current, the research is current, and also you could look for more information about Healing Blue Lotus Shea Butter on our website at healingbluelotus.com. That's healingbluelotus.com, and I will put the description on the link below. And there you will also find out further information about the nutritional properties of shea butter and what it's good for, and additional information about the Healing Blue Lotus Organic Grade A Shea Butter. And if you want more information, I ain't got more information. Just ask anything that I could do to help. And if I could do it, I'll be happy to help. In the meantime, one love. Have a happy day. There's probably a million things that I forgot to tell you. But it's okay. Smile. All right? Have a happy day. One love.